we exist. Woo! Except, I have yet to actually put up what our new commission is. So, let me... I'm never prepared when I do things, apparently, ever, in the history of forever. Cool, that's definitely way too big. Hit. Scale. There we go. We got our little guy. There we go. So this is who we're working on. This is Brodi, the panda and black bear mix. And right now we're working on the head base, which you can see I've already gotten a little bit started. So we're just gonna squeeze through. We're gonna start doing some more of the head base. I don't know how far I'm going to get today, because quite frankly, today has been a day. It's been a day. It's been a lot of running around trying to get shit working because it decided to no longer be working today, apparently. You know, for funsies. I do actually want to cut this a lot shorter because we want that lower muzzle to be narrow in comparison. That was too short, though. Cool. You want that muzzle to be short in comparison. I need a piece of tape. Not short, we want it to be narrow in comparison to the upper jaw, because bear muzzles tend to kind of be similar like cat muzzles, right? Like the lower jaw just is generally a little bit narrower than the upper jaw in comparison to like a canine or similar species. Now if we do that, that's much better. I do think that this upper part may be a little big yet. There we go. And then we'll just give that a tiny bit more length. Forrest, I need you to get off my foam. What is with you in the foam? Go off. Every time, man. You know better. Not for you. This is why we gotta make him his own blanket. He insists on laying on all my crap. Yes, you do. You insist on it every time. Fuck. Forrest, fuck off. Thank you. Just gonna trace a couple of these. There we go. So now I got a couple of those traced. There we go. Oh, pop my knee real bad. Ooh, all I did was extend my leg. That's not good. Fuck me, I guess. Who needs legs, huh? They're optional. Um, we had some severe weather last night. There was actually some... I don't know if any tornadoes actually touched down. I do know that there was a lot of circulation and some funneling. But I don't think any actually touched down anywhere or anything like that. Hi, Jay! Hello, hello. But it did get very windy last night. And very rainy. Part of our backyard is flooded and our ditches are full again, so that's fun. And I had a hell of a morning this morning because it's still raining. Yeah, it was a lot of lightning last night. Like, it just was non-stop lightning. See, our backyard's not too bad, but our backyard is sloped, so, like, the left side by the shed is squishy, you know, soggy. And then the rest of the yard kind of slopes down, so it drains out into the farm field behind us. The farm field is definitely flooded. But everything else is pretty good. Guess what are you doing? Oh, she's suddenly decided that she's gonna sit like that, I guess, in her chair. Are you good, babe? She's like, I don't know. But it didn't get too bad out here. Poor birds got sopping wet overnight, though. Not like them themselves, but their cage did, their bedding and all that. So I had to change all that out this morning, and it's still kind of gross. It's very hard to change out wet pine bedding, by the way. I was curious. But yesterday, when it wasn't raining like crazy, it was nice and sunny out and all that jazz, I was out there refreshing their bedding. And I'm just standing there, and I just suddenly hear what sounds like the sound of pressure washing from a distance, just a... And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I didn't think anybody else was out there with me. Nobody was. There was nobody out there actually pressure washing shit. So I look around, and I'm like, you have to be kidding me. Because the only other thing is my car sitting in the driveway and had just casually decided to blow a tire. Sitting in the driveway. Like, I hadn't driven for a hot minute. Just the one tire. So, I got it towed this morning, right? Because I couldn't get it towed yesterday, that was in the afternoon, everywhere was closed. It was a whole thing. Plus, we need to figure out what tires we were getting, because I'm just going to replace the whole set. They're about due anyway. Paid for the new tires online to be sent to a place near me, like less than 10 minutes away. So I get a tow this morning to take it out there. I'm like, hey, can I ride with you so that way I can just sit in the waiting room and take my car when it's done? He's like, yeah, that's fine. So we chat, whatever. He's been traveling. He was just down south for vacation. I was like, oh, I got family down south, you know, general chatting. I get there, and they're setting me up, and they're like, oh, what tires you get? I'm like, oh, well, I have no idea we ordered them online. He's like, oh, you ordered them online? And he's like, what kind of tires? I was like, I think the Goodyears. He's like, we don't have those in store. He's like, those are order in. I'm like, I confirmed this morning that we could do the appointment today that I had scheduled last night online with those tires. And they said, no, they can't do it for another week. So now I'm downtown, a good 15-minute drive from my house. There's not really a way to walk to my house from downtown. Like, technically, physically, I can move my legs and I could get home, but, I had just stranded myself in downtown, because even downtown doesn't have sidewalks where I was at. For those that know which downtown I'm talking about, this was over by the Menards and the Tractor Supply. In fact, it was right next door to the Tractor Supply, so I was like, fuck it, I guess I'm gonna pop over there. And I'm calling people. I'm calling the people that I live with, you know, because they have a car. I'm calling. I'm calling. And nobody's answering their phones. I spent like a good half an hour making calls, texting people. Nobody's answering. So I'm wandering around Tractor Supply hoping that they'll notice. Check their phones before they leave for work and can't come get me anymore. And I'm just about to decide to... Yeah, there's zero walking infrastructure to get back to my house. There is zero. The path I would have had to take that would have been the safest, meaning it's not off of, like, main roads that are 55, 60 miles an hour, has no sidewalks whatsoever the entire way. And even then, I would still have to come up the main road because we live on a road that's right off of a main road that does 60. That has no sidewalks. There's maybe 5 feet of sidewalk, and it's only because there's a little bridge over a river at one point. There's no other sidewalk whatsoever. And there is no... It's all bushes and shit, so I'd be, like, right next to the road, waiting to get hit by a car. But I was about to do it. I was like, I swear to God, I'll walk my happy ass home. I don't fucking care. And of course, it's raining. It's a rainy day today, so I would have been walking home in the soggy, wet grass, getting my shoes all wet, getting my knee all wet. But I did eventually get picked up. So I was able to also buy some things while I was at Tractor Supply, because I was not carrying a 10-pound bag of bird food back from Tractor Supply. That was not happening. That's too fat. Need to trim this down quite a bit. Yeah! They managed to get out here and pick me up. I was like, listen, if I'd known, I wouldn't have gone. I would have stayed home and just let them take my car. So now, the tire place has my car for the next week. Until the tires come in and they put them on. Which means I can't go anywhere. Which means I'm stuck home. Which is not great. Because our giveaway also ended. The Tool Poodle is officially going to be going out to California, of all places. Going on a nice long road trip. Our giveaway winner got in contact with me, and I was able to get their information, so we'll be able to get that poodle out hopefully soon. I'll see if I can actually get it sent out in the morning. Oh God, come on. Yeah. And then hopefully sometime in May we'll be able to do another giveaway, but that really, really depends on a lot of things. First off, it depends on what I want to try and do for another giveaway. And if I can financially do a giveaway. Because the biggest reason for me getting rid of the Tool Poodle is because I've had it for a few years, it's not selling, it needs a home, right? I can't keep it. No, I did not have a spare. I thought I had a spare. I thought I had a spare when I bought the fucking car. So I had originally scheduled roadside service to come out and help me put the spare on, because God knows I am not getting those nuts off my car myself. I am very small, and I have no upper body strength. And then I had to cancel it, because I opened up my trunk to get things, you know, cleared out, set up, so that we could put the spare on. And there's no fucking spare back there. There's the fucking... God, what's it called? I'm blanking right now. The lever that lifts your car so you can put the tires on. What's it called? The jack. There was a jack. There was no tire. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I was pissed. So then I had to call a tow instead. Because I thought this whole time that I had to... Which, the upside is I am supposed to be going to Mississippi in a couple weeks. Visiting family. Going to Atlanta and doing stuff around there. Gonna go to the aquarium. All that good stuff. So at least we didn't happen to go It didn't happen to pop while I was driving down there or something like that. You know, it would suck if I was halfway, you know, like in fucking Kentucky or some shit, and suddenly your tire blows out. I would be screwed. Not really, because my insurance works out of state, but still. I know. To be fair, I don't think you should be. There is not a lot yet. First off, we're less than a month away from the con. And they just released tickets today for a certain event they're doing. And that was a shit show all around. That was a lot of technical difficulties, but we managed to get the free passes to get in. Luckily. But as far as like actual stuff to do at the con, there are no panels listed on their schedule yet. There is one panel. And it is a VR meet and greet. There are no other panels listed. The DJs are listed, the guest of honor, your general, like, when Dealer's Den and stuff opens information is listed on their schedule. But there's only one panel listed, and we are less than a month out from the con. So, I'm worried that there isn't panels. Like, because it's very weird that there's only one panel listed, right? And not anything else. They have a lot of, like, tabletop gaming and video gaming stuff listed. But they don't have, like, any actual panels listed for paneling. Okay, but I go to panels. When I go to a con, I go to the fucking panels. That's, like, 90% of a con is the panels. I do that, and I do the Dealer's Den, and I do Artist Alley. Most of what I actually do over the weekend is the stuff to do at a con, right? Your panels, your events, your things like that. Your fursuit parades, your photo shoots. The only other events they currently have are paid for events. Which means you pay to go to the con, and then you're not even able to go to these events because they're paid for. Like, we got lucky that we got the tickets. Who is calling me? Tennessee, stop calling me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Last con I found the weed for this, but most of my tent in there, which is unlike me, really. Well, that's the thing, too. The last con we went to also didn't have shit for panels, and I was pissed, because there was dick and diddly to do at the con, and most of what I did was the same shit I do every other fucking Saturday, which is hang out with people I already know. I don't want to spend thousands of dollars traveling across the country to do the same fucking shit I do at home. That's my worry. Because if I could do it at home, I might as well fucking do it at home. Like, if I'm going to spend that much money, I might as well actually go and do something. Like, we spent a ton of money to go to the aquarium during FWA. Because they did that last year and it looked really cool, and I want to go shooting at the fucking aquarium. So I made sure that I had money to go to the aquarium. That's what I wanted to do. But if that's the only fucking thing I'm doing all weekend, it would have been cheaper for me to sit here and drive down and just spend $60 on a day pass to the fucking aquarium. And then I would have had this, for the same amount of money, I could not only have spent a day at the aquarium, I could have spent an entire day at the Cook Museum as well. For the same amount of money. So I will be extremely disappointed if there is not other stuff to do at the con. That is not like, because like they have like happy hour and stuff like that, but that's a paid for event. That is stuff that you get a ticket for. In addition to your con pass. Like, so I'm really worried about what they will and won't have for panels, and I will be extremely disappointed if their panel setup is anything like what MCFC's was this year. Because that was the most disappointing part of MCFC for me, was the overall lack of panels. Well, that's the thing. I've been to Atlanta before. I've been to Atlanta several times. I'm going for the sake of going to the con. I would like for it to be a good con. We'll see, though, I guess. You know, like, we'll... I think a lot of it is just that I am anxious because of what happened with MCFC this year, right? MCFC this year did not go very well. in the slightest. There were very few good things to say about MCFC this year. Now, I always hear good things about FWA, though, so I have higher hopes. Fingies crossed. But not gonna lie, if FWA doesn't go well as a con, like if I'm not busy the entire fucking weekend doing shit, actually doing shit and not just dicking around looking for shit to do, if it does not go well, then I will not be going to more cons. I'm probably going to try Maw because it's local and affordable for me. I might try Anthrocon because it is Anthrocon. It is the con. But other than that, I will not be attending any more fur cons just for the sake of attending them. Because I can't afford to just spend thousands of dollars and drive across the country to do dick and diddly for no reason. So it might end up being a case of, well, I can only go if I can vent. Which is also the case for MCFC from now on. I can only go to MCFC if I can vent, because that's how expensive their hotel is, that's how expensive going to that con is. I can't even afford MCFC anymore. The only reason I've got FWA is because I've been planning that since last year. And even then, it's a pretty penny. But we're actually going to drive down the Tuesday before con. That way we only have to drive from Mississippi to Atlanta. It's not as long of a drive. And I'm not going to be, 14 hours in trying to find a fucking parking garage. Oh, hello, baby mans. Hello. Plus, then we're not going to get there at, midnight or something stupid. Hello, baby mans. Hello, hello, hello. You're stinky. You got stinky face. Oh, big stretch. You got stinky breath. Yeah, you smell stinky. You smell like a swamp. It's because you probably are a swamp. It's all rainy, muddy out there. Go lay down, peace. The dog has decided now is the time for cuddles. Yeah, hello. Hello to the noodle, baby. There we go. It's the noodle, baby. Cool. You can go lay down, peace. That's not laying down. Go lay down. No. Sir. Go lay down. Not on my phone. No, off. Thank you. Lay down right here, bud. Or go lay on the couch. I don't care. Just don't lay on my phone. No, not add hell. You shall survive. I've got foam bits in my eye. It's gonna drive me nuts. Always with the foam. But yeah, no. Today is not going today. I am not in the best of moods. Today is one of those days where I'm probably gonna go take a nap after stream. And then be sad because I won't actually nap, and then it'll be like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And it'll be too late to really do much. But too early to actually go to bed. It'll be one of those days. Yes, Bingus, can I help you? She feels the same. She also feels like today is one of those days. Ooh, the sun came out a little bit though, so that's nice. It's very bright in here now. I need a new glue stick for this. For this guy. I'm stuck on cords. I don't even know how I managed this. Dude, everywhere is a muddy mess. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a comfy bingo. I'm going to say hi to Bingus. Everybody say hi to Bingus. Cool baby. Oh, no, you stay right there, Bingo. You stay right there. You stay right there. Bingus is comfy. Bingus become comfy. A boob the bingo. You want boobus? You want boobus? She's like, I don't care as long as I get real attention. She's just vibing. Yes, you are. Yeah. Oh, you're so old. Oh, Bingus is so old. And explodey. Bingus needs a bath. We've been postponing it because she takes hours to dry off. It's very hard to dry. Even with the high velocity blow dryer, it takes forever for her to dry off. She does not dry very fast at all. She just holds water and it's awful. This might glue up really nice for me. Hot, 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 hot glue. Yeah, that's real good. I might carve down just a little bit right here. We'll see when I get both sides on, because we are going for bear, you know. Like, I feel like he might get a little bit of cheekage over here as well. Up the sides of his face. I need to upload this one. It's getting too liquidy. Forest Bud, you got half an hour. I need you to go lay down. He's like, but mother, I hunger. I starve, mother. You dare starve me, mother? Get off my foam! Good lord. Can't have anything nice in this house with him. You get on it again, I'm gonna kick you out. You won't be allowed to be in the office anymore. He's just staring at me over there. With him big eyeballs. With him annoying eyeballs. Oop, oop. I got hot glue all over my fingies. There we go. We got this, don't worry. There we go. This is most of Fursuit head baking is just waiting for glue to cool down enough to not... Ow! Scald the shit out of you! Rude. But yes, for anybody who is interested in our future giveaways, those who are in the white or gold tiers on our Patreon get automatic entry into all giveaways that we do. You don't have to do anything extra. If you're on Patreon, you get put into the giveaways. That will be for all future giveaways. That also helps support me, because then you also get things like a shout out on stream. As well as some early access to things like auctions, sales, whenever we sell a new pre-made. You get priority access to those. Can I help you, sir? You also get voting power on what new things we do. So whenever I do something that is not commission-based, such as the sticker books or future projects or pre-made ideas that I do, you guys get voting power on what I do. What sounds like a good idea. I really do just need this to stay fucking glued, though. Glue stringies. Would you? Okay, out. Out. All the way. Thank you, good boy. Oh, shit. Glad I have to pay to be your friend now. Listen, no. You just have to pay if you want to support me as a friend. No. Listen, we all know that's how friendship works. Friendship is a monetary exchange and nothing more. That's just if you want to support me on Patreon and get all the freebie stuff that comes with Patreon. Yep. We just talk about design stuff, so it's just joshing. Listen, I don't do much else these days. This is all I do. It's this and listening to my car tires explode. That is my life now. I wish it wasn't, but it is. I know what joshing means. God, I'm not that young. First off, I'm pretty sure you're younger than I am. How old do you think I am? And I don't know what joshing is. Joshing is clearly that guy from that show, Drake and Josh. He was the not-so-cute one. Although these days, it's a whole other story, but we don't need to talk about that. We're not ready for that conversation. Where's the door? The door. I know those are two different audios, but... I saw an edit of that scene where it's like it's the I'm trapped in this house audio, but it's them in the fucking treehouse. It was so stupid. Perfect. Yep. I know. I feel like we're trapped in this house. Also, I don't know about you, but I'm still getting Pepe memes. People just be having stories, man. You just be having stories. Most of it's medical misdiagnoses, or just medical negligence in general. But there's a lot of it. Oh, there was a TikTok. I gotta tell you about this story because it's insane. So it's this girl. She's telling a story about how when she was in high school, she's always the person who gets sick or injured or both during specifically history class field trips. And I'm like, that's weird. That's oddly specific. But okay, you know, like, things happen, sure, like twice, right? Well, apparently it happened often enough that her classmates would start betting on it. And they have a newer teacher this year. Very young, just graduated college teacher, like our age. And it's clearly like his first year being a teacher ever. And they ask him if he wants to put money on what'll happen to her, and he's like, no, I don't think so. That's not a good idea. And they go to fucking Williamsburg, which, if you know anything about it, it's the place where it's like historically accurate or whatever, and people act like it is the time period, and they refuse to act like anything else. You know, like, unless they absolutely or legally have to, they do not act outside of their roles at all, period. It's Disney levels of bullshit. So they went there for this field trip. And there's bees! And she's like, hey, did I ever tell you guys that I was allergic to bees? Sure as shit, this bitch gets stung by a bee not even 20 minutes before they're getting on the bus to go home. End of the day. And the teacher's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And it takes them forever. They can't find an EpiPen, nothing. They finally get an ambulance out there. She's taken to the hospital. She's fine. But they put her on... They give her fucking, Benadryl. Right? Now, anybody who's had Benadryl knows that Benadryl has some effects. For me, if I take Benadryl, I knock right the fuck out. I get eepy as shit. Apparently for this girl, that's not the case. So she's in the hospital, right? Her friend's talking to her mom out in the hallway, and the only person in the room with this girl is her teacher. Which at this point, she now proceeds to say that he is also, of course, the baseball coach. Because I swear to God, every fucking history teacher is some sort of coach. Usually it's football, but you know, baseball's close enough. And she's like, he's young, you know? And he's not unattractive. And I am currently on Benadryl, which makes me kinda high. So she's like, Mister, and he's like, don't do this. Mister, don't, I swear to God. Mister, did you know that you have a baseball ass? And then that man proceeds to get up and leave the fucking room. Because of course you would, as a grown adult man with a fucking 15-year-old hitting on you after they got sent into anaphylactic shock under your care. And I'm like, that's what she said. That is the exact word she said, was a baseball ass. And honestly, have you ever seen those baseball players? I swear to God, all of them are caked up. They are all, nuh-uh. How about you get out of here? How? Okay, sorry, I got very confused by what SiriBot was doing in here, because it is what it is. But anywho's, those were the exact words she used, were baseball ass, and she's probably right, because I've seen them asses. Baseball players do got nice asses. And if he's a younger, like, 20-something teacher who's also a baseball coach, he's probably got the baseball ass. I do not doubt her high-ass judgment for a second. And let me tell you, like, she told the story amazingly, because of course she did. It's her story. And this was like a 5-minute video on TikTok. Like, it's not a long video. But God, was it well paced. I did not know where that story was going from start to finish. It was amazing. And apparently at one point, someone took a photo of the ambulance, not knowing that she was currently in the ambulance, and still said, "Hey, that girl's ride is here." It sure fucking was, and it was that girl again. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. It's hilarious. One of the best stories I've heard in a hot minute, not gonna lie. We're gonna see how well. I don't really like the connection between the lower jaw and the side cheeks here today, so I might not disconnect the lower jaw from the upper jaw. That might just stay there for forever. Like you could see the lower jaw through the upper jaw. I might trim it back a bit, but I am not going to detach it because that's a safety hazard. That is just a problem. That's actually what I'm going to do right now is just cut a notch in it so we can pretend. Oh no, we can't pretend shit apparently. There we go. So now it's a little bit more hidden, but real life. For real life. There we go. Who's texting me? It better not be my mother. It might be my mother. I should check that. It's Walmart. Why? I don't care. Leave me alone. Ah! I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Can I help you, sir? I thought I told you to get out of the office. He's like, you did. You did tell me to get out of the office. Well, are you gonna get out, or are you just gonna keep standing there like the little criminal you are? Not you, Vegas. We know you're a criminal. You're a fucking felon. She just loves crimes. Crimes. Yeah. We like crimes. We like felonies. What's our favorite felony today? Because we could do money laundering. Or we could do tax evasion. Or credit fraud. See, I don't like that she's like perking up at all of those. Like she really likes money laundering. And credit fraud. Tax evasion. Is it tax evasion today? Is that the one? Oh. Alright, you guys heard from Bingus. We're evading our taxes today. That is the crime of the day. I might add that as a button on stream. Crime of the day button. As brought to you by Bingus. Hi, Bingus. Hello. Does that determine our energy levels? No, it's not like bones. It's more like mana. This is more like your mana. Which is different from energy. Right. Like, we're not in need of a rest. But we could drink a potion. This is our chaos energy. This is how much energy do we have for chaos today. And I feel like tax evasion, money laundering. What's the other one, Bingus? Bingus, what's the other one we do? We do a lot of tax evasion and money laundering. Those are usually her favorites. You want to burn down a warehouse? You want to set fire to toilet paper? Thinking about it. Oh yeah, credit card fraud? No. You want to commit arson? GTA? Grand Theft Auto? She's like, no. She's not in on those today. It's just the tax evasion today. I just need like a list of felonies to ask her every time. Be like, alright, here's our list of felonies from least to most chaotic. It is low chaos. High chaos, Molotov cocktails. Burn, burning. Burn, burn, burn. Tell you what, this guy does have a very wide muzzle. I can definitely tell you that. I don't know that it's quite... Let me look at his reference sheet. Let me look at it. Make it full screen because I'm blind. Low chaos tax evasion. Yeah, because I feel like we really don't need this much width, but I do want what we have going on here. I'm also just going to smooth out the transitions from one to the other. Then I think like right here. Right here, I feel like. Kind of carve in just a little divot to blend out. Just to get a little bit more of that rounded shape to the muzzle. Yeah, that's much better. And then we'll probably still have to add a little bit of cheekage here. Although I don't know that he'll need it. Because I think we've got it pretty covered. We'll see. We'll see how it looks once when we get all of the detail work done. Which, I just had it earlier. Where did my eye blank go? I have my particular eye blank. That is not a complete eye. And I use it for patterning. Oh, there it is. I knew it was behind. This. It failed just above the flat part of the print. So I use this as a reference for where the eyes will go in the future. Even though my eyes don't necessarily look like that anymore. That's a good question. I don't know. It's been a minute. We'll find out, I suppose. Let me... It's driving me nuts. Okay, yeah, that's the same. Or at least extremely close to it. Cool. I don't know whether we're using that eye specifically, but we're using this eye shape. I know that. Exactly. Like, why waste filming if we don't have to? So, I don't usually have eye blanks fail anymore. This was when I had the Ender 3, and I had prints fail on that a lot back in the day. But I no longer use the Ender 3. I use the Sobel, which prints way faster and way nicer than the Ender 3. Which is nuts, because I remember being like, oh my god, the Ender 3 is so fast. Look at it go! And it's printing like a classic inkjet printer, just burn, burn, burn. Meanwhile, my Sobel's like it's literally minimum 3 times as fast as the Ender 3 was. It is fast as fuck, boys. Which is interesting. It's actually really funny to me. So I actually have to 3D print something. I should have started that sooner. Not the eyeballs, because this is for a separate project. But it's fine. It might just turn into an overnight print. Hi, buddy. I see that buddy is in chat. Don't worry, buddy. I'm not stuck in town no more. Why were you bidding Beanie Babies? What do you mean bidding? Like bidding on? Why? Oh, why? Why are we bidding? Why? Woo! 2,000 towards the Finding Nemo game. Hell yeah! You guys better get your votes in. Get your votes in for that. There should be 2 challenges. I don't know if they're both on there, because I can't actually see them. But there should be Finding Nemo, and there should be Ribbit King. Those are our next 2 options once we're done with the B movie. Which, honestly, might do a bonus stream tomorrow. Depends on vibes. So this lady goes to estate sales and knows nothing about Beanie Babies, was selling them for like $1 a piece. I bought some that were worth thousands. Nice. Okay, cool. As long as they're both there. Got a little bird worth $2,500 for it. A bird! I didn't even know they made bird Beanie Babies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got so much foam pieces on my face right now. It's driving me nuts. That is the one. If anybody in chat is ever considering being a fursuit maker, just remember that things will be touching your face all the time. And if you don't like things touching your face, you probably don't want to be a fursuit maker, because it'll be fur, it'll be foam, it'll be fursuit. But yeah, I was really confused what you guys were on about for a second. I also got a lobster just for the hell of it. Well, yeah, it's a lobster. Like, be for real, Amber. You gotta get the lobster, buddy. Guys! Panic! My laptop is dying. I forgot to bring the cord out for it. Here, hold. I'm back. I'm back. What? What about furries? Oh, I guess I did just kind of tell you to panic, and then it's fine. You guys are plugged in. Nobody's gonna die. We can reduce our panicking now. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, no, the laptop was dying. And I am an idiot, so... Guys, panic. Why is everybody panicking? Listen, we panic if we want to. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And if we don't panic, we will not panic. Shabba-da-ba-da-da. Something on the back of my neck. It was a piece of foam. Who's texting me now? I need people to stop fucking texting me. It's very rude of them. Very rude. It's just TikTok. I really need to turn off my notifications for TikTok because they drive me nuts all day long. Because they come up and they sound exactly like my email notifications, which are very important, by the way. TikTok notifications, not so much. But also, you know what notifications don't come up on TikTok when TikTok notifies me about shit? Things like, hey, new person followed you, or hey, someone comments on your video. It's always, no, one of your 3 friends shared videos with you. And it's like, I don't care about those notifications. I want to know if I need to respond to somebody who's looking for a commission or not. And they're like, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know that. Oh. You just need to trust that we know what's best for you. And it's like, you don't. You're TikTok. Especially not now. TikTok don't shit. Not that it knew shit before, but... I am getting very annoyed how whenever I post a video, not even 3 videos later, it's like, would you like to pay to promote your video? It's doing better than 90% of people with similar size to you. It's like, no thank you, I would like to not spend money on shit to forcibly advertise it. Like, I feel like I miss the old algorithm. I miss it so much. Be honest, I miss YouTube. Like, YouTube's still there, but YouTube has changed over the years. By like a lot. It ain't what it was in 2009, that's for sure. I don't even remember 2009, that was a weird year. You stay out of this office. Thank you. Well, don't stand, fucker. Get out of the office. He's got like his little tippy toes. Little tips of his toesies. Being an asshole, like, oh, I'm touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. Oh shit. I'm not touching you. I didn't even start watching YouTube until high school. You shouldn't have to pay for fucking views on TikTok. Exactly. I shouldn't have to pay. It's not even just TikTok. I shouldn't have to pay for fucking views. Because I know that exactly what they're doing is they're blocking views I would have had to make me pay for the views I would have had. That is exactly what it is. Because every time that happens, that video mysteriously gets way less views than any of my other videos. Which pisses me off. But I got on YouTube when I was really young. But I didn't start like watching, like actively following people and watching YouTube videos like that until around like 2012-ish. But you know, you went to YouTube to watch funny cat videos or some random shit. That's what I did as a kid. But you know, it's the same thing with Facebook, where they're like, oh, your post could go so much further if you just pay for advertising. It's the exact same shit. And I'm sick of it. It's the same thing as Instagram. Your post could go so much further. Your post could go so much further. My post would go further if it wasn't run by a multi-billion-dollar corporation. That's literally all it ever is. I'm sick of corporate America. I haven't had a single video that doesn't get that, so I have to actively avoid TikTok after I upload it, or else they'll fucking suppress it with, you can pay for views. That's exactly what it is. That is 100% what it is. And, like, honestly, I would get rid of TikTok, but the problem is most people who commission me find me through TikTok. It's either TikTok or Get Fursuit. That's pretty much it. Occasionally I'll get someone who's like, oh, I had a friend commission you. Or I'll get someone who's like, I met you at an event. But 90% of my commissions come from TikTok or Get Fursuit. In fact, if I wanted to, I could show you guys. I do keep track through Google Forms of how people find me, where they find me from. So, oh, it's definitely an addiction. But it would be so much easier for me to get rid of if I just uninstalled the app. But I can't uninstall it because I have to use it for work in order to, you know, not starve to death. So let's see, where's the charts? Yeah, all the way at the bottom. Now, if we switch, we're gonna switch to gaming mode real quick. Oh, maybe we won't. Yes, we will. Hold on. Don't look! Don't look! I'm hitting all the buttons and they're all wrong! There we go. So, this is one of the questions on my commission form, for anyone who's ever curious. Right here, 22% alone from TikTok. 28% from Get Fursuit. That right there is 50% just between those two websites. And then a significant 20% through a friend. A little bit more from Dealer's Den, conventions and shows, and people somehow find my website. The rest of them are little single voted. I know you, I found you places, you know. Which, this one I feel like belongs in the friend group, so that's definitely like 20%. But you know what I'm saying, you know, like people come, that's where most 50% of my commissions come from TikTok and Get Fursuit alone, which is still, it's not 90%, but it's a significant portion. That is a significant portion. Now, of those, how many have actually commissioned me is debatable. I'd probably argue that more so from Get Fursuit actually commissioned me, but I have had a significant amount of people come from TikTok and actually commission me and not just fill out the form. But I'm so sick of TikTok. I'm so sick of these stupid AI videos, and 90% of TikTok is just advertising now. And it's like, it's one thing if it's artists going like, hey, look at this thing I made, or hey, I have commissions open. But 90% of it is mass-produced or 3D printed bullshit that people are then just like, well, I gotta make money with the creative program, so I'm gonna advertise for these companies. And have you watch a video about this random shit that I don't care about, that you also don't care about, that is absolute junk. Or worse yet, it's a company going, we know our product is shit, but we're gonna lie to you. because it's mass-produced, but we're selling it on the TikTok shop. And it's like, oh my god! I'm here for the memes. I'm here for the memes. That's about it. That's all I want. But yeah. I have a career that unfortunately involves social media. Hello! Hello, Bingus. Are you comfy? Are you comfy, Bingus? Are you comfy, baby? Bingus is a comfy baby. Right. People wanting to actually... That's the only way you can make a video, is if you put a shitty product on your video and go, yeah, listen, I don't actually care about the product, but I want the views, because I have something important to tell people. And it's like, okay, whatever. But you can't just make genuine videos anymore. You can't even make content anymore. It's not content, right? Because content was always, oh, well, it's for entertainment or something, right? Content is the memes. Content is the videos with effort put into them. It's not even that anymore. It's just advertising. All the time. And I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired. Just some sticky hot glue. Oh, and also for some reason, 90% of my For You page right now is people going, "Don't bitch about the Amazing Digital Circus being in theaters," and I'm like, I don't know why you're pushing this to me, because I don't care either way, whether or not they put it in theaters. I think it's cool that they're getting it in theaters. But first off, I can't afford to see it in theaters, and even if I could, I probably wouldn't anyway. Just because I don't like going to movie theaters. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's Amazing Digital Circus. I just don't like going to movie theaters anymore because people don't know how to not be assholes. And I don't want to spend $40 to go out to actually drive somewhere to get shitty popcorn, because I also don't really like popcorn. To go out and get shitty popcorn just to have somebody's friend blab or yell or say shit to think they're funny and whatnot in the middle of the movie theater the entire time. Or to have a parent bring their 5-year-old to a rated-R movie and then have the kids screaming and whining because it's either scary or because they have to pee the entire fucking movie. Like, I have a better viewing experience in my own home than I do at a movie theater. Well, be offended. I don't love popcorn. You don't like taco soup, so suck it. That's what you get. I feel like out of the two of us, you have the least valid food opinions here, Jay. The only normal people food you like is burgers and chicky strips. And I'm judging. I'm judging so hard. But no, like, I don't like going to the movie theater. I went for Iron Lung, and that wasn't bad, but that was because there was us and 2 other people in that theater because it was the second weekend. We weren't able to get in the first weekend. Any other time I've been to a showing for any other movie or anything since, like, 2012, it has been shit. Either because it wasn't worth going to go to the movie, or because people just don't know how to behave. Which, I do have a fairly recent story. We went to see Hoppers. And this isn't entirely a bad story. But also, like, if you're a normal person, unlike me, you probably would not have been very happy. We get there, right? We're just in time. We're sitting down right before the movie starts. Like, it hasn't started yet. Still doing ads a little bit. We sit down, we get situated, and I've got my cup in the cup holder. Friends to the left of me. And right as the movie starts, a young couple with their little toddler come in and they sit down in 2 seats. Kiddo's on dad's lap. It's fine. Kiddo's super well behaved. Tell me why 10 minutes later I look over and Kiddo's got a fist grip on the straw of my drink. Like, they're not drinking out of it or nothing. They're just holding it with their little toddler fist. The way to, like, just sitting there watching the movie. And I'm like, that is my drink, right? Like, I'm not crazy. I'm like, can I have? And the dad's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, fine. Like, the kid's, like, not even 2. The kid does not know any better. And the dad was very apologetic. I did not care. I cared a little bit, because, you know, toddler germs on my drink. But I'll live. It's not the end of the world. Kids be kids, you know? And, like, there's moments like that that I wish wouldn't happen. But it's, again, not the end of the world. It's fine. However, there was a different time where I'd gone to the movies, and it was, again, a rated R movie, and this man brought his 2 kids, 9 and under, we're talking like one's 9 and the other one's like 4, to watch this rated R movie. And the entire time, they're talking, they're whining, they will have to go potty for the 15th time, and I'm like, sir, this is not a family film where you're expected to bring children. And you brought children, and now they're being loud and obnoxious in this theater that is not supposed to generally have children in it because it's rated R. And then they were constantly getting up, getting down. And you guys know I'm short as shit. You see me on screen. I'm 5 feet tall. I still, if you ever go to a movie theater that is not stadium seating, I need a booster seat to see the screen if absolutely anybody sits in front of me. Especially if it's within the 3 rows in front of me. I am short. So this man and his children, who are sitting in front of me, are getting up frequently. Granted, it was stadium seating, so it was the entire screen. But a significant portion of the screen was blocked every time they got up. And I'm like, I would have been better off watching this at home on my living room floor with the dogs or cats walking across the front of my TV. And it would have cost me $5 instead of $40. Like, if I'm paying $40 to see a movie, this better be a life-changing experience. And not just shitty popcorn with screaming toddlers. And that's just it, too. A lot of films lately have not been worth going to the theater for. Even if they were okay-ish films, right? Like, we went and saw Sonic, right? We went and saw Sonic 3. Cute movie. That could have been a DVD rental. That could have been a Blockbuster movie. They don't even have Blockbuster no more. Like, it was cute. It wasn't bad, but it's not something that I want to pay $40 for. I can't deny no longer I am small. Yes, I am small. I can deny it no longer. I am small. I am not a tall person in the slightest. But, like, a lot of the Disney movies, the Pixar movies that have been coming out lately, not even worth going to the movie theater for. Especially with how people behave in the theater, but even just, if it were me by myself in the theater with nobody else, still not worth going to the theater for. Just because they're not even that good of a movie. I would much rather go to the movie theater for an older movie that I've seen before. Like, we're talking like Treasure Planet, or Atlantis, or Jurassic Park, or Back to the Future. I would much rather go to the movie theater to re-watch movies I've already seen than go and see movies that are currently being put out. Now, am I excited for Digital Circus? Abso-fucking-lutely. I would love to see Digital Circus in a movie theater. Except, other people exist, and I do not trust them not to be assholes in the theater, especially for a web show that is airing in theaters. I do not trust them to behave themselves and shut up long enough to actually watch the movie without being like, oh my god, Kinger, oh my god, Jax. in the middle of the fucking film. I expect it to be something very similar to what happened with the Minecraft and Mario movies. I would not be surprised. I absolutely do not expect them to behave in the way that Iron Lung behaved. Which is unfortunate. But again, I'm not paying $40 to go. Bye, have fun! Yeah. Now, if they want to put the series on DVD, you know, if they want to... I would absolutely love if The Amazing Digital Circus came out on DVD. Blu-ray, DVD. I would love it if it came out on VHS, and I don't even have a VHS player. I would buy that. I would pay $15, $20 for a DVD set. For just, not even with, like, anything fancy with it, right? Because everybody's like, oh, well, if you sell a DVD set, it's gotta come with a plushie or, like, a special extra bonus features and shit. It's like, nah. I don't need bonus features. I don't need I like behind the scenes, don't get me wrong. I like the bonus features. But I don't need behind the scenes. I don't need the commentary. You can put it on there if you want. But you can literally just give me a shittily burnt DVD in a case that just happens to have all of the episodes on it. And be like, listen, it doesn't work in a DVD player very well. It's a little funky. You gotta click each file individually on your TV. I would still pay $20 for that. I would pay to have a hard copy of the show. Happily, hands down. I will not pay to go to the movie theater to see it, just because of other people. That being said, I also do not have the money to pay. I am very broke at the moment, seeing as my car decided to explode, and we bought a shed, and also we need to put a new roof, and also I need new tires. And, tires are not cheap, by the way. I spent more on tires than I did on our big-ass shed that we're getting put in. And we're getting a big shed. Because the whole point, right? The shed is supposed to be a cost-saving measure. Because our old shed is going down to shit. It's wood rot through and through. It's awful. Gross. Falling apart. Like, it gets a little windy. I'm worried it's going to collapse like a fucking house of cards. The new shed is more than twice the size of the old shed. Which means I can hopefully get rid of my storage unit, which costs me about as much in a year as this shed does for one purchase. So after 1 year, it'll fully be paid for. And I'll still have somewhere to store all my shit, plus some. So, you know, gotta get a shed. But our roof is losing shingles. And I'm worried that at some point, we're gonna get a leak in the roof. So, we gotta get a new roof. We gotta clean out the septic tank, because it's about due for that. My car needs new tires, because it decided it doesn't deserve tires anymore and would like to stop having tires. So, all of the very, very expensive stuff that could possibly happen in life has decided it needs to happen now. The only thing left is that I get diagnosed with cancer. Like, it's not going well. Today is not my day. So, you know, we're working. Bad news! Oh, fuck. Did I get cancer? Is that the bad news? No. I mean, we're hoping not. We're hoping that's not the news. Oh, no. I'm on life support or you're on life support? That's two different issues. That will really determine how bad my day is. Jay, I hate to tell you, but I don't think Buddy is actually on life support. Oh, we're gonna be on life support together. Can I hold your hand? Can we hold hands in the hospital? Jay. Listen, I know Buddy's in the hospital a lot, but Buddy would not be on stream if they were on life support. Buddy would probably be unconscious, Jay. Oh my god. I'm not a medical expert. But I'm pretty sure it don't work like that. But yeah, no, we're kind of just vibing. I'm waiting for this one spot on the head base to... I'm using my forearm as a support along my knee to hold it down while the glue cools. When I was in the hospital with tubes and stuff, I took pictures as jokes. Put you side by side with the mark in the hospital pictures. Twins! Corporate needs you to tell us the difference between these two pictures. Same picture. Those are the same photo. I need my coat to get the fuck out of the way. I remember taking a picture for my boss right before I went into surgery. Listen, man, sometimes you gotta. Bosses like to be like, oh, you're not really sick, and then you gotta send them a photo from the hospital. There was a meme on Tumblr years ago, and it was like, me dies, my boss at my funeral. How could you do this to us? We're really short-staffed today. And I remember being like, haha, it's so true, and then you look at today, and it's like... Someone died in an Amazon warehouse, and all of his coworkers were just told to ignore the body and keep on working. They were told to just straight up pretend he wasn't there and keep working around his corpse. And it's like, the meme's not funny no more. Of course he was pissed. Of course he was. That's how bosses be. Oh, any more threatenings of being stabbed, buddy? Anything new on that front? Nice, nice. We love it. We love not being stabbed. You're mean. Sounds like a grown man right there. Exactly how he said, listen, I am really good at impersonating people. Buddy. Buddy? Oh no, Buddy has died. Buddy has fallen. Oh god. Well, if they're $1 a piece, too many. I'm going to guess at least 50. Oh, good. I'm assuming somewhere more than $1 a piece then. Oh, that's right, you were bidding on them. That's right. I forgot it was an auction. Alright. Oh, that's so nice of her. She probably just thinks, like, they're not worth shit. She's like, oh, this one just really likes them. I still use Dad's eBay account, by the way. Not that I use eBay that often. I very rarely use eBay. I'm rolling away. Don't worry, guys. We almost have these 2 pieces of foam glued on. Almost. Almost 2 whole pieces. If we're lucky, we'll get the top of the head dug, too. I don't know how much more I'll get done on stream, but I'm hoping that by the end of the day we'll have... They sold for 80. I did not participate. And she's probably like, wow! I made so much money off of those. People are like, I'm gonna resell them for so much. That's the stupid thing about shit like that, you know? Like... People are just taking advantage. Rude. But also, like, I don't get it. It's Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies are like the original cryptocurrency. Because they really... There's no reason for them to be worth that much. There's no reason. But they is. Like, I would find it more believable for a Singer sewing machine to be worth that much. Especially like a 1920s all-metal Singer that is in good working condition. Beanie Baby, that's exactly what it is. It's Beanie Baby Crypto! But like a Singer sewing machine? First off, those are hard to find, at least like ones that are like in good condition. Especially the older ones that are really good machines. And they're full metal, so at the very least you can recycle them. But they're good machines! And you'll find, like, decent ones all the time for, like, 180 bucks, you know? And if it weren't for the fact that I already had 2 sewing machines, you know damn well I'd buy one. Especially, like, you'll find a good one that's, like, in good, perfectly working condition for, like, 300 bucks. But I do not have the space for another sewing machine. But you would think they would sell the way Beanie Babies do, considering the market for sewing machines. I've seen the market for sewing machines. Trust me. So here's the thing. There's a very specific market. Not just for the Singer sewing machines, because you've seen the old style sewing machines that are built into tables, right? Those are not as good because they're built into the table. Nobody wants a whole separate table solely for their sewing machine, right? They want a full-size desk that they can sit a sewing machine on if they want. But the old Singers that come in the case with the lid that attaches to the machine itself to carry and travel with that are full metal and weigh more than my dog, those are good machines. Those are hard to find. Specifically hard to find in good condition, much less perfect condition. So if you ever had one of those in perfect condition, you could probably... Considering they're not the crypto of, you know, pre-cryptocurrency, like Beanie Babies, I'm still saying I think you could sell one in perfect condition for $1,000. Somebody would buy that. Especially if it's a 1920s. But even a 40s you could sell several hundred, I feel like. Especially if it comes with a manual and extra things and the whole shebang. right? If it comes like it's straight brand new, you could get some real good money for a singer. Like, that's what I would do if I had a time machine. I would travel back in time to buy a brand new singer and just bring it back here. Now, I would also go and get like an Oldsmobile or something and bring it back. But generally, you can't fit an Oldsmobile into a time machine. So, got that going for me. At the very least, I get a 2013 Malibu. I miss my Malibu. Just apron on you! Buddy. I know it doesn't say apron. Upon is spelled with a U. And it's just funny because dishonor apron you, dishonor apron your cow. I'm gonna make a dishonor apron now. That is the new thing. Dishonor aprons. Alright, alright. Now listen. He looks a little funky. But he's not done yet. Here, hold on, let me bring up his ref sheet. Bring up a photo of a bear, actually, because I think that's going to be a better idea. I'm trying to see what like the nose shape generally is on this guy. It's looking more panda nose. Then also if I go like there. No, I guess it's more. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to look at. They've got very dog-like noses. I can draw. Build a spaceship. I'm back. I'm back from spaceship building. Their snoot is generally about as wide as their actual schnoz. It's very oval. And then they really kind of doing this thing, right? And it just looks like that. That's a bear schnoz. Sort of. It's very hard to draw a two-dimensional bear schnoz. It's really interesting. It's like a panda bear nose. Distinctly different schnoz. Panda bears are very wide, pointy noses. This looks more like what they have on their ref sheet. Although their ref sheet is very sketchy. It's more like the loose idea than it is like a... Oh, fuck, I opened Photoshop. I wonder, does anybody else have the issue where they just accidentally open Photoshop? I wonder if that's like a common thing for people who use Photoshop. Ah, fuck, I opened Photoshop. But yeah, we'll get our eye blanks in here. Which, I don't think we're doing 2D in this guy, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check, though. No. do have to print him some glasses, though. Why are we still opening Photoshop? Get out of here, Photoshop! God damn. Pissing me off. I accidentally opened Discord. I accidentally opened my clock instead of my... Okay, well, that's different. I accidentally opened my calculator instead of my calendar. That's what I do. No, it's usually my calendar instead of my calculator. Or my phone. My phone instead of my calculator, and then I'm calling a fucking math problem. Room for glasses and ear vents. That is another thing, so I do have to make sure that I put ear vents in him. Where am I? There's a button on my keyboard that opens the calculator, and it jump scares me. I'm sure that's something you could actually change in your settings on your keyboard. To be honest. I'm gonna put it at the top of his head on, because honestly at this point I don't know that he needs cheeks. I mean, he's a little wonkalicious right now, but I think he's gonna get some cheek fluff. Based on his ref sheet, he's got cheek fluff. It's not a lot, but he's got some. And he's looking very round at the moment anyway. So I don't know that he necessarily needs it. He does need hair, though. He's going to get a lot of hair. Probably big old tufties of hair. We'll see. We'll see what they decide they want for hair, because there's a few different options we could go with. But I think I need a break for now, to be honest. I am very eepy and sweaty and many other things, as I tend to be. Let's see. We're gonna go watch someone draw a moth, I think. Yeah, giant silk moth. Hell yeah, we like copper moth. Copper moth is chill. We're gonna go bug copper moth. And I'll probably work on this some more tonight. I have a feeling that by the time we get back, well, I have a feeling it's Wednesday. By the time we get back to this on Monday, we're probably already going to be furring. If not at least lining. It depends on the vibes. But the head base will definitely be done by the time we get back on Monday. Back to working on suits. Friday, we'll be doing more of the B game. I honestly do not know how far we are through the B game. And that is solely because there's so much fucking filler in this game. So I don't know if we're halfway through or not. I don't know how far we are. I thought we were almost done already, but apparently the answer is no. It's a bit ridiculous. So we'll find out. But I will see you guys on Friday when we do. Bye, guys!